Hi guys, it's me again. Welcome back to another episode of What's Cooking in the Newbie Household. And today I want to show you a quick and easy way to throw together in a crock pot a one-pot meal that can be ketogenic if you want it to, or it doesn't have to be. And in my case, it's not going to be totally ketogenic because I am going to use some sweet potatoes as one of the vegetables. But if you didn't want to have carbs, you could always substitute that sweet potato with another carb-friendly replacement item, such as some kind of squash or zucchini or cauliflower, broccoli, just whatever that would fit the low-carb ketogenic needs. But for me, we're going to do this Cornish hen with mixed veggies, and the vegetables that I'm choosing are going to be sweet potatoes, onion, some celery, they're in this baggie, some carrots, and some mushrooms in another baggie here. So some of it's ready to go, some I'm going to get ready to go in front of you. But the very first thing we're going to do is grease our crock pot. So, like I said before, I don't use the cooking sprays as a rule, just for my own reasons. But I'm going to use some healthy avocado oil. I'm going to drop it in there, pour some in there, and then I'm going to take a paper towel and spread it all around so it greases the sides and bottom very well. And then we're going to start throwing things in to the crock pot after I get certain things ready. So we're going to start with, let me move this bowl. We're going to start with the onion. So it's peeled. I just have to get this into little wedges. When I get it into wedges, I'll drop it in there. When I drop it in there, it kind of breaks it up, and that's a good thing. And then the next thing I'll do is my sweet potatoes. So I've already got them peeled and ready to go. I'm just going to slice them kind of like into yams. And then throw that in there. And I got one more. Okay, so now we got the sweet potatoes and onions in there, and this is how we're looking. So then the next thing I'll throw in will be the mushrooms. They're just going to go in the way they are. Just pour them right out of that baggie. They were already pre-rinsed from another time, and then I had them stored in the refrigerator in that baggie. So in they go. And then we need a few of these carrots. So they'll go in next. I'm going to say they're pretty good sized baby carrots. So I'll just get a handful. It'll probably be about 10. I'm not going to count, I'm just guessing, but it's like a handful right here. So they'll go in, and I'll just kind of spread them around so they're evenly spread in there. And then set that aside. And the very last thing will be some celery, which has also been pre-washed and ready. So I'm gonna, some can go in as is, but some of these are a little bit bigger. I'm gonna slice them in half at least. Like that. So then drop them in. Okay, so now I'm done with the cutting board. We got all our veggies in the crock pot, so I'm gonna set this stuff off to the side. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Because I'm going to show you next about the seasonings we're going to use. It's not a lot, but we're going to use black pepper, paprika, the Himalayan pink salt, thyme, onion powder, and garlic powder. All these we're going to put into a bowl. And what we've got is, let me get them open. Everything is either going to be a half a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon. So it makes it kind of easy. I just needed 2 little measuring spoons. And that's going to be harder to get off. I should have had that prepared. Well, I'm really struggling to get that off there. Ouch. I may have to get my, here, I think I about got it. I was about to get my husband to get it off there for me. Okay. So what we need now is we need 1/4 of a teaspoon of the garlic powder. I got one more of them, but that one came off easy. Okay, 1/4 of a teaspoon garlic powder. We're gonna put all this stuff together in this one little bowl right here. So I've used the garlic powder, so I'll set it aside. Then we need 1/4 of a teaspoon paprika. Okay, then we need a half a teaspoon of salt. So there's the salt. A half a teaspoon of onion powder. Okay. And a half a teaspoon of thyme. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of the black pepper. So we got all of our seasonings in one little bowl. And we're gonna pour about half of the seasoning on top of these vegetables that are already in this crock pot. So let me show you what we've got here in the crock pot. So now we're gonna pour half of these seasonings right here in this bowl on top. Okay. All right. Now the next step's going to be, I'm going to show this to you and then I'm going to come back in a follow-up segment because I haven't done anything with the Cornish hen just yet. But I've got this Cornish hen right here. And it's a healthy one because it says on it, 100% vegetarian fed, no animal byproducts, raised cage-free, and no hormones or steroids, no antibiotics ever. So that's a pretty good quality Cornish hen. And I'm going to have to rinse him out inside and out and pat him dry really, really good before it's actually a she. Hens are she's. I'm saying he, like he's a turkey or something. But anyways, you guys know what I mean. So then she'll go in the crock pot with all these veggies And she'll get sprinkled the rest of that seasoning salt mix on top. So I will be back in a follow-up segment momentarily after I've rinsed her out and patted her dry really good. Thanks, guys. See you soon.